What is up everyone, Northside here, and this won't be a long video. First of all, I'm sick, and second of all, I'm sick of testing companions, and we got some actual news from the developers, and I will show you that post in a few seconds, or let's say a minute or two. Now, I had to stop the testing of ton of companions. As you can see, I stopped upgrading them. There is like a bazillion companions. Some of them were tested by Aragon and on the single target, and also some other things. Turns out my tests, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but according to the new blog post, they still didn't put out the patch that really reflects or will reflect the companion buffs or nerfs. Now, there are some interesting things that we will go through. As you can see, like, it's a shit ton of companions, and fuck me if I'm gonna do it all over again. There is nothing about the actual augment companions, so let's go and check out what one of the developers actually posted, and we can analyze this and leave me in the comment section what you actually think about that. So let's go and check it out. So here we are on the post. Xalkaz, it's one of the developers, posted this today, sometimes 3-4 p.m. my time, and let's go and check out this post actually, because it's quite new and it doesn't invalidate what all the testing I've done, but it kind of does. So let's go through it. Greetings, heroes of Neverwinter. The impact of companion DPS on balance has been a topic of interest for some time, so I wanted to let you know about some upcoming balance changes to combat companions. So we are talking about combat companions. We made efforts to address underperforming and overperforming companions in the past, yeah, we know. However, we only recently been able to take a more comprehensive approach. The overall goal is to bring the top tier performers more in line with one another and increase the effectiveness of underperformers and niche role companions. By standardizing the combat formulas used, we can ensure future companions and current companions both remain desirable and effective. So what they want is basically, the way I see it, but there's a lot of said in these three lines here. They are trying to balance the companions across the board, and you will see this change means that some top tier companions will experience a reduction in base damage. Now this is really interesting. More specifically, several companions with AoE powers, now like I showed you, AoE companions got a nerf, so some things are already on the preview chart. They were using single target damage formulas. Henceforth, Regis, Mr. Gog, a bunch of other companions that I actually showed you and didn't show you, so I don't cause disturbance on the market, they have been nerfed. They indeed have been nerfed. However, and a handful, a single target companions were using formulas that did not scale well with player stats. And here we go. The first one is Paranoid Delusion being the prime example. So Paranoid Delusion by Aragon's testing is doing extreme buffed DPS damage. It's simply ridiculous that Paranoid Delusion is doing so much damage, especially because it's doing on a rogue, and on other classes it's in discrepancy, so it's doing less damage. So what I think they're going to do with Paranoid Delusion is they're going to nerf it and make it work similar on all classes. But it cannot work similar on all classes because Rogue, Wizard, every class has a different mechanic, so they will never be able to make it similar. Maybe not the same, maybe not even the similar. However, they are stating clearly here that Paranoid Delusion is being the prime example. Our adjustments are intended to keep everything at the same relative desirability, pardon me. If a companion was top tier DPS before, now this is contradicting for me, it will still be at the top, just not so far ahead of the pack as to invalidate the use of others. So they're going to buff and nerf, buff and nerf. So they're trying to find that pure balance that I think that it cannot be achieved. However, it's a good effort, so we'll see in the next patches to come. Remember, there is no best companion at the moment. They are going to change everything, and until the last patch and the mod 25 is live, even then everything will be still subject to a change. So keep that in mind. Save your astral diamonds. Don't rush ahead. Whatever you see on YouTube, whatever you see from me, Just don't rush. It's a preview shard. It's subject to a change, a major change. To further clarify, we are not simply lowering damage across the board. Since much of the high-end content has already been balanced around the current companions, and the overall goal was to achieve a more balanced experience, we will also be boosting all companion damage by roughly 20%. So all the companion damage will be boosted by roughly 20%. So it could be 17 or 18, it could be 20, I don't know, until we get the actual patch. This increase will be applied to everything using the new damage formulas, including those whose damage was initially reduced. So like I said, for example, Zuna was initially reduced. Now it's kind of quote-unquote buffed, but it's still doing shit damage. Note, this change is not yet live on preview. I understand the changes to established content can feel frustrating, but I want to re-emphasize that our intent is not to rearrange companions' current desirability, but to prevent the outliers from disrupting the overall balance of the game. So it's all about balance, balance, balance. Once you've had the chance to test the changes, we would greatly appreciate any feedback you might have on the updated experience. While we do not plan on reverting any companions back to the previous states, meaning Zuna will not be Zuna what it was before, Mystagogue, stuff like that. That's how I read this. You tell me in the comment section what you actually think. To continue, we will be paying close attention to feedback on their performance, which may prompt adjustments. So, like I said, save your AD, save your companions, save your upgrade tokens. This is all subject to change, and he's also, or she, I don't know who this developer is actually, is mentioning more adjustments from the feedback. Now there is posts under this, and you can leave your feedback there. So to summarize it, let me know in the comment section again what you think about this. I personally am like exhausted and I'm still sick. There is no point of me continuing testing the companions because they are going to do so many changes. Everything you saw in my previous video also can be changed, but I emphasized, and I always do, everything until it's live, even then, especially when it's on preview, is subject to a major change. And we will see how things will go. Until then, I will be working my way up to the new combat enchantments, and also I will wait to see what they're going to do with the actual problematic new dual stat enchantments that you see here, and I will make a video about that when another patch is on the previous shard. So for this was Northside. Thank you for watching, and Northside is out. See you later, guys. Bye bye.